What's going on, all my toy collectors and Street Fighter fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers M.Bison figure by Jada Toys. And at the end of the review, we're going to go ahead and do a comparison to some of the other Street Fighter figures that Jada's been releasing over the last year or so. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, starting off with the front of the box, you guys can see that this packaging actually looks like an arcade cabinet, which is pretty cool because that's a throwback to the fact that Street Fighter started off as an arcade game, and they did the same packaging for the first few figures that they already released, like Ken, Ryu, and Chun-Li and stuff. Up at the top, you guys can see some of the power levels and health levels and stuff like that. Right here, you guys can see the buttons and joysticks and everything like that. You guys can see the character we're going to be looking at, which is M.Bison, the logo for Street Fighter 2 Ultra, the Final Challenger. I've already measured this box out for you guys. It measured out to 6 inches long by 8¼ inches tall by 3 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you're going to be displaying this in the box. You guys can see a clear little package window showing you some of the accessories that come in here. He's going to have hands, an extra head, some kind of flame effect and stuff like that, energy effect. And you guys will see it all once I pull it all out, okay? This right here is the side of the box. Just says country of origin unknown. Gives you a little bit of information on the character. On the back, you can see the character right there and some of the other characters they're going to be releasing. Now, at Comic-Con this year, they just released, I think, all of them. They showed all of them. They're not up for pre-order yet on Amazon or anything like that. That's actually where I got this from at Amazon for, I think, $24.99. So, but they did show off a lot of these figures right here. I think almost all of them, and but not all of them are up for pre-order just yet, okay? But you guys will be able to find some of these at Target or at Big Bad Toy Store or on Amazon, and I'll leave a link in the description below, okay, guys? All right, let's go ahead and pop this man out of the box. And here's Bison all out of the box. You guys can see it comes with the figure, comes with this little energy effect right here, 2 open hands. It comes with extra head sculpt, and then it comes with 2 shoulder blades in case you guys want to remove that cape right there, which that cape is really awesome. But in case you guys want to remove it, he does come with 2 extra shoulder pads, okay? Let's go ahead and start off with this little energy effect right here. If you guys have or seen the other reviews of the other Street Fighter figures that Jada released, they all come with some kind of energy effect or a blast effect or something like that, all based on whatever their power is or their moves are inside the video game. All right, so this is pretty cool. Just ends up hooking onto his hand. Then, like I said, out of the box, he does have 2 closed fists, but then he also comes with these 2 hands right here. Not really gripping hands, not for holding anything, but just for, like, you know, doing ninja stuff and, you know, maybe even blasting, you know, looking like he's blasting that energy effect out. Then he has this extra head sculpt right there, more of a menacing face. You can see it shows his teeth right there, and he's kind of frowning compared to this one right here where he's just looking more menacing and it doesn't show his teeth, all right? And then, like I said, in case you guys don't want him to wear that super cool cape right there, he does come with 2 extra shoulder pads, and they are labeled right and left. That way you guys know how to hook them on. And I'll show you guys how to hook these on. It's not as easy as you guys think, but it ended up coming with a little directions to show you guys exactly how to do that, and I'll show you in a minute, all right? But yep, I will throw these energy effects and stuff inside of his hands and everything in a minute. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure up close. I already measured him out for you guys. He measured out at, I think it was 6¼ well, 6½ almost. I say 6½ at the top of his hat right there. So he's a pretty good size figure. Plus he's nice and bulky, lots of articulation, which we'll go over in a second. But man, I'm really loving this figure. I'm really loving all of these Street Fighter figures that Jada has been releasing. Now, if you guys have not ever played the video games or not big, you know, I'm not big into video games myself, but I did play the old Sega and Super Nintendo Street Fighter games as well. But I was also big on movies, so I remember when Raul, I think it's Raul Giuliani, I think that might have been his name. The guy who played Gomez for Addams Family back in the day or whatever, back in the 90s, he was the actor who played Bison in the old Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. That movie came out in 1994, and I thought he was really cool playing that character, but I think he ended up passing away before the movie even got released. I think he passed away of cancer or something like that. But really cool portrayal. A lot of people didn't like that movie back in the day, but I always loved that Street Fighter movie. But yeah, this figure looks awesome. You guys can see all the definition and all of his muscles, all of the paint scheme, just like how he looked in the video game and everything like that. I love this hat. It'd be cool if they gave us one without the hat, but I'm not even tripping, or maybe even a variant of him all gray and black. If you guys remember, if you ever played the game, sometimes he had on all gray and sometimes he'd have on all red. But yeah, man, awesome looking figure, man. I love all the chrome looking work right here on all of his little shields and body armor on his legs and everything like that. And this cape is a fabric cape. Look at that. It's not just like some flimsy Spin Master, you know, DC fabric cape. This is actually like really cool. Looks like some kind of nylon, and it also has a little bendy wire in it, so you guys can bend it if you guys want and move it in different kind of poses and put it any way you guys want. Make it look like it's waving in the air. And like I said, it is removable, which I'll take it off for you guys in a second. All right. But yeah, man, look at that face. I love the fact that they don't paint some of these guys' eyes. If you guys see some of the other figures that they released, they did paint their eyes. But this one right here, how his eyes are just all white. That's just how they were in the game. That really looks amazing. I love the way that looks, man. Makes him look even more menacing because he was the main antagonist. You know, all the other bad guys really worked for him. Now, like I said, you guys can pop this off, but you have to start from the back, okay? So start from the back, and then you guys just pop this off just like that. And you guys just peel these off, right? You guys can see R for right, L for left. You guys just make sure you do the same with those extra pieces. Now it's going to look funny unless you guys add them other ones on, which I'll show you guys in a second. Now, you remember how you guys started from the back and then peeled off? Well, when you're putting them back on, you start from the front and then just clap them back on just like that, all right? So it's the complete opposite. When you're taking them off, you start from the back and peel off. When you're putting them back on, you just start from the front and pop them back on just like that, all right? And that's how he's going to look without his cape. I'm going to use him with his cape, but if you guys are doing any kind of figure photography or just playing around, you guys can, that's how you guys remove that cape, okay? Like I said, it would probably been really hard without these directions because I tried to peel that cape off and it wasn't coming off properly. So good thing it just came with these directions letting you know how to do that, all right? Now let's go over the articulation real fast because these Jada Toys, these Jada figures are awesome. I love them so far. They pose really well on my shelves. Now his head does turn all the way around, it is on ball joint, does look all the way up, does look down really far if you guys need it to. His arms do come up pretty far, they do rotate right there. You guys can see he does have the butterfly joints right there. He does rotate at the bicep as well. He does have double jointed elbows. Now, they don't rotate right here at the forearm part, but they do rotate at the wrist. They do go in, they do go out if you guys need to. So lots of posability if you guys are going to be trying to put him in different different poses or different ninja moves and stuff, right? You can see he does have upper torso articulation, so it does go side to side if you guys need it to. It does rotate just a little bit, not all the way around. I think his ribs right there end up hindering that articulation, but his body does rotate right here at the waist as well. Legs do kick up really far. These little part of his jacket right there isn't really hard. It's nice and soft. And I noticed that on a lot of these figures actually, that it's nice and soft so it doesn't stop the legs from kicking up. I hate that on some of the figures. You know, depending on, it could be Marvel Legends or DC Multiverse, where sometimes this stuff is really hard and it stops you from bending the legs the way you guys want. But it doesn't stop his legs from kicking up all the way, kicking up forward if you guys need to. You guys can see it does rotate right here at the thigh muscle. He does have double jointed knees. They don't rotate at the knees, and the feet do go down. They do go up. There's no toe articulation, but it does rock side to side if you guys need it to. But it doesn't spin right here, but that's what that thigh cut right there is for. So in case you guys need to rotate his leg, you guys can do that up there, all right? Like I said, packed with some really cool articulation, man. I'm loving this figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back. You guys can see all his back muscles and everything right there. Everything looks well painted. I don't see any issues with my paint at all. But yeah, awesome looking figure. And like I said, if you guys want to attach that cape again, start from the back, peel these off just like that. And then you guys start from the front, snap it back on, really easy. Start from the front, snap it back on, and there you go. Awesome, awesome looking figure, man. Love the way this thing looks. Even the little gold accents right here all make the red really pop out, especially with his belt buckle, and then all the silver right there. And here he is after I swapped out his head. You guys can see this was the head that he already had. Now he has that more menacing looking face right there. I ended up putting that energy effect in his hand right there. Swapped out this one as well. And like I said, look at that cape right there. You guys can bend it all around, make it look like it's flowing in the wind and everything like that. I love that little bendy wire, and I love the fact that it's a nice thicker that nylon, you know, material or whatever, rather than just straight cotton or whatever. So, but yeah, this figure looks awesome. Now you guys can see that these things do rotate right here. So no matter how you guys bend the arms, you guys can also bend these back or bend them back here if you guys want to. That way they stay in the front no matter how you guys bend the arm, all right? And here's Bison standing next to some of the other Jada Toys Street Fighter figures that they've already released, like Ken, Ryu, you got Chun-Li. So he ends up scaling really well with them. Looks amazing, amazing articulation. The cape is such a big bonus for the same price point as these figures right here. He's just a tad bit taller and just very menacing. He's supposed to be big and bad because he's the leader of the bad guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review, man. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to leave a link in the description below in case you guys decide to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy him. Like I said, I got him off Amazon for roughly around about $24.99. But a lot of these figures you guys can find at Target as well, okay? Make sure you guys stick with me because up next I'll go ahead and be reviewing Dulcim right here. He's another one of the Street Fighter 2 figures from that game, The Final Challengers. Make sure you guys stick with me and I'll be reviewing him next, all right? Stay cool, guys.